All right. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, how is everybody doing? So excited to be here today. Haven't done this in a month. Oh my goodness. Like my heart's all pumping. It's been a while. All right, how's everybody doing? Say hello. Let me take this banner off. Here we go. And let's change it to that. All right. Okay. So I'm streaming through StreamYard. So if you want me to see your name on my side, I need you to. Hi, Laura! I need you to grant StreamYard permission to show your name. Okay, I have two screens. One, actually, I have three. I have the camera that's facing me. I have another one that's my phone right here. Okay, and I have one more on the side that lets me see what's going on in the group. So um if you would comment, it will pop up for me so that I can see, so I know everything's on, everything's working. I see Laura commenting, so Laura and somebody else said hi. I'm gonna have to go back and see. Here we go. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. I thought it was you, Minnesota, but I wasn't sure. All right. Okay. Super, super exciting. Cheryl. Hold Hi, on Cheryl. Just a second. All right. I have Sherry here. Hello. Okay, so if this is your first time painting with me, put in your comments. In the comments, put number one. This is your first time painting with me. If you are watching a replay, please type it in that you're watching a replay. It really helps me to know. Lisa, so welcome, welcome, welcome. First live event with me. Nice. I see number one. Somebody says glad you're back. Cheryl says, oh, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Um, Hi Donna. Awesome, awesome. Okay, if you are my regular, tell me something. Tell me how much you missed me. Because I missed you. Okay, so we're painting my favorite color is October. I'm pretty sure you all saw the reference photo. I've been digging in my boxes today and I've dug up this boy over here. So as you can see, there is a little bit different, like the leaves are different. So why I'm showing this to you is because I want to encourage you to not afraid to go rogue. I call it going rogue. Okay, whose daughter got Cheryl? Yay! Congratulations! Yay! Awesome, awesome. That's wonderful news. Um, when I say go rogue, I mean if I'm painting a white pumpkin, that doesn't mean that your pumpkin needs to be white. Okay, if you want to make your pink, make it pink. If you want it purple with yellow polka dots, go for it. This is art. This is how you want to represent it. Okay, I hate doing this with two cameras. I should have taken one off. Okay, my nose is itchy as per usual. If you painted with me, you know I'm susceptible to allergies, and sometimes I might start sneezing right in the middle of the broadcast, so please excuse me for that. That happens sometimes. Okay, now let me put this back. Let's talk brushes. First time, is it Nandre? Is that right? Okay, so I am painting on canvas board today. This is 12 by 16. I am not using a tracer for mine. If you need a tracer, they can be found in guide. Like right now, it's guide number 24. There's all the tracers, lettering, pumpkin, everything you need. I'm gonna use the chip brush. It's a 2-inch chip brush for my background. Okay, and then I'm gonna use one of these. I'm not sure. They're size 10 and 12. I will have to see which goes better. I really like my flat brushes. Okay, And we're gonna need something round for lines and details, so probably something like this would work. This says it's number 10. I think it's more like number 8, but you know, all brands, they have like different numbers, which is why I'm showing them to you like that. Okay, and if you don't have this kind of brush, use what you have. If you don't like painting with flat brushes, paint with what you like. Um, yes, so I'm all about using the tools that work for you, okay? Not the tools that work for me, because I'm using the ones that work for me. All right, colors. You all saw the supply list, I hope. So I have a huge, well, not huge, but here I have a variety of paints and a variety of mostly yellow, brownish, kind of red, orange vibe going here. Okay. And hi, Joanne. Welcome, welcome. Um, so there is that. What else do I have copper, I have gold, white and black. I think this covers it. Lily and Emily, girls. Hi. Okay, so Lily and Emily were in my first classes when I just started teaching online. And now they're back, so I'm excited to have you ladies. All right, let's start painting. If you're painting on a canvas board, um, you want to put a little bit of moisture to it. I even do this when I paint on mixed media paper. So what I use a mist sprayer or like a small spray bottle, or you can just grab your 2-inch brush or your big brush, dip it in the water, and just add a little bit of water. Okay, I am going to take my face out of this picture so that you can have the full view of my desk. There we go. And let's make this happen. So I'm just gonna light mist, and then I'm gonna use my big brush and I'm gonna give it a little bit of water. So why I'm doing this is because canvas gets super thirsty. We don't want it too wet, just damp, a little bit damp, okay? And it'll sit and we will put the paints on the palette. Just a little bit damp, so that when it's super thirsty and you start painting the background, your canvas soaks in the paint and you end up wasting paint. Okay, you end up using a lot more paint than necessary. Okay, so here is Emily says, been so busy with school, it's nice to have some free time. Oh my gosh, I hear you. I hear you. I feel like I've been on a hamster wheel or whatever that's called since I got back. I finally managed to sit down and paint a little bit today. I was like, okay, I need to paint something today before going live to just kind of warm up because that's been a while. Okay, let's go for the background. Again, if you want to change things, go ahead and change them. All right? Just kind of keep an eye on your palette. Don't go all the way crazy. So I'm putting white on here. Gonna need a lot of white. So that's a nice big blob. I have light apricot color, which would work also. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of gold to this mix over here. Just like that. And I'm going to use my 2-inch brush, make it damp, put the water off on the paper towel. This is something that you can't see, my setup. Hold on, let me try and show you real quick. Does this work? Well, kind of, sort of. I do not want to keep it like that. So this is my water over here, and this is my paper towels over here. So I don't even touch them. And then when I'm done with this one, I just kind of, flip it up like this, and I have clean paper towels. So that, I just wanted to show you what's going on that side where you can't see what I'm doing. All right. So mostly white. Okay, it's slightly damp. Let's put mostly white on it. And then grab some peach on one side, maybe more. And then some gold in the corner. Can you see what I'm doing? Something like that. And I'm doing strokes from top to bottom. So I'm going to go up and down. Just like that. And I want to spread this out real nice, maybe more white. I forgot to cover my table. I'm gonna pay for my mistake later. More gold, more peach, more peach. Just move fast. Try not to make a super thick background, like don't put a lot of paint on it, because we're gonna need to have it dry before we can do something else. Okay, now if you have any questions, if you see me doing something and it's not quite clear what's happening, put it in the comments. I will be more than happy to help you with that. I'm adding a little bit more of gold. It kind of just adds this warm kind of shine to it. Okay, and that's it. Just make sure that you have covered all the sides in the canvas. You can also paint the sides right now, the sides and the top, if you're like painting a 16 by 20 or like, the wrapped canvas. Okay, so you do not want to blend it. Do not blend it. You want to have splotches of color, I guess. They're not splotches. I'll get there. Hey, Katie, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So this brush just goes to be washed right away. We're not going to need it anymore. And I insist that we rinse the brushes right away. Brushes do not like to be soaking in the water. So if you want your brushes to serve you longer, clean it up right away. All right. Just do the best you can. Set it flat over to the side, and it's fine. Now, I want this to dry a little bit. If we start piling a lot of paint, Emily says has to study. Of course. Oh my goodness. Yes, replays are available. Yes, it will be available on replay. Don't worry. Hey, Jean, welcome. Welcome, Jean. Okay, so replays are available. If you need to hop off and get, attempt to whatever, don't worry about it. I will add it to guides. It's not going to disappear. Also, if we have any technical problems and for some reason you lose me, again, do not worry. Do not worry. I will do the recording. It will be in the guides, okay? So I'm using the heat gun to just dry it real quick. I usually mute my microphone, but this really shouldn't be that bad. So let's see. Let me know if this is awful, and then I can mute the microphone, but it really shouldn't be that bad, okay? So let's dry this. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that it's pretty quiet. Thanks. That's good. That's good to know. So if you were gonna use, if you're using a tracer, this is the time when it's dry. Mine is almost dry. It still puts some marks on my hands, but it's fine. This is the time. Make sure that your surface is completely dry before putting your transfer paper on it, and just trace your pumpkin. Okay, and I am going to start to paint the pumpkin. So I think I'm gonna use this. It's number 10 flat. I'm just gonna make it wet, and I'm gonna load it with white paint. Okay, and my pumpkin is gonna be right like smack in the middle of this canvas that I have. So I'm thinking this is my pumpkin. This is probably gonna be the stem. So probably somewhere here I'm gonna put my pumpkin. So right in the middle, I'm just gonna paint a very weirdly looking, irregular, very strange oval. Just paint the oval. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be, anything huge. Just paint an oval. Okay? Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding ridges. And the ridges go in a little bit up higher. You do not want to put all of the sides of the pumpkin on the same line. You want to put the next ridge a little bit up higher and move it up higher. Here's what I mean. And it's going to look like a letter C. So up higher, around, and close. So if I were to take a ruler, see, the middle sits on the ruler, but the next ridge is a little bit higher, okay? So depending on the paints you're using, you might need to add a little bit more water, but just see what you need to do. As you paint your pumpkin, make sure that your strokes kind of go with the sides. So you want to keep doing letter C or parentheses, like this kind of a curve, up and down curve. All right. So now we're going to add one on the other side. It does not have to be completely symmetrical. They can be a little bit different. So I'm going to move it on purpose a little bit. Maybe I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the other one was, so that just it doesn't look so perfect. Pumpkins are rarely perfect, are they? In mathematical sense of way, you know? So let's add another one. Okay. Now, if you're painting this and you're kind of losing this line in between the ridges, what you can do is you can use the same brush, put a little bit of gold on it, okay? And just go along the ridge like this and blend it in a little bit. It won't put a lot of color on it, but it'll give you enough so that you can see where your ridges are. All right? Now we're gonna do another one, and this is my last ones over here on the sides. I'm gonna put them a little bit higher again, okay, and I'm gonna make them more rounded, so they go a little bit higher, not much. but I want them rounded. So I'm gonna go all the way out where I want my pumpkin to end, mark the side, and then I rest my arm, not on my elbow, it was too far, but like on my desk, right? And I use my wrist. So this becomes a compass, like to make it rounded, okay? See, like that. Just like this. And then bring it down and close. There we go. And close it up. Just like that. So here in Central Texas, we are being spoiled because we got the weather in the 80s during the day, not the 100. And it's just fantastic. Okay, the other side again going up. So mark the top. And if you need to turn your painting so that if you're freehanding like me, if you need to turn it, then turn it and then mark where you want that other side to be and make that smooth transition. Okay, now that we have the lines, we're good to go. Okay. I wonder if I have anybody painting different colors, not the white pumpkin, but maybe some other color. I would love to know what you're doing. It's kind of a trend this year. Blue pumpkins are a trend. Everybody's painting blue pumpkins. Okay, I'm gonna put some gold on my brush and I'm just gonna work into the ridges. Okay, wipe down my brush on the paper towel because it's getting too messy. I don't want any more water on it. There. See, like I'm even making it super messy right now. It's fine. It will all blend in. It's gonna be fine. Right? Okay. Okay. And then just kind of go over, blend them in so that you still have your ridges. They didn't go anywhere. There we go. Now we have pumpkins here. Yes, Irving, Texas, cooler weather. Katie, yes. Yes, I walked the dog this morning and it was 58 in the morning and it felt wonderful. Okay, let's close it up. Let's close up the pumpkin a little bit over here. We're just gonna do like eyebrows, I would say. Frowning because they're meeting like this, okay? Like that. And then bring in the color. We're gonna work on that a little bit more, but it just lets us close it up so that we don't have space hanging. Yeah? Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab more white on my brush And some of this I have peach. No, I don't have peach. I have apricot. Where is it? Here. What I'm using is called apricot, but if you have something like peach, it would be great. I don't need much. So more white on your paintbrush, some of this peach, and we're gonna add a little bit more of color to the front top. So I call this ridge the front ridge because it faces us, yeah. Add white and of this apricot peach to the front. And as we're moving out, we're gonna add more white than peach. And just kind of add some color to it, to each side. And the thing with this, if you overdo it, no big deal, because you can always go back, wait for it to dry, and then go back and add some white, and it'll be just fine. If your paint is pooling, put a little bit of water on your brush. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and grab a little bit of burnt sienna. Plain old brown, really fancy names, right? Fancy names for paints, but just need a little bit. Okay. Same brush, I'm going to wipe it down on a paper towel. Try not to add any extra water. Put some brown, some of this burnt sienna on the tip, just like this. So you have a chiseled tip. Thank you, Robin. And we're gonna add just a couple of, see what I'm doing? Like this, couple of streaks on the bottom, like that, okay? Clean off the rest, and then come back and blend it in. Okay, you might need to add a little bit of water to this if your paint is like mine and it dries super fast. So we just added a little bit of definition to the bottom of this pumpkin so that it doesn't look like it's floating in the air. Okay. Work it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Maybe a little bit more water. There's plenty of paint on canvas to keep the paint going. Okay. Work it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend it even more. Think about your toner and bronzer. Like, we do not want any lines seen, right? We wanted it blended. Blend. There. Something like that. Okay. And now back to the white. And now we're gonna blend backwards. Okay, so now we're gonna blend from the top to bottom, especially over that brown. Okay, because we just want a little bit of brown on the bottom. We do not want a lot of brown. Just blend it back down. Blend it up, blend it down. Okay? All right, how's everybody doing? Okay, let's rinse this brush. I'm gonna, so usually they teach you to rinse your brush side to side like this. See, like this. This kind of rinsing does not take the acrylic paint out of your brush. What you need to do, you need to actually smash it into the bottom. And sadly, yes, it does ruin your brush eventually, but it cleans it, and then your brush serves you longer. See how I do this? I go smash, smash, and then onto the side. I kind of squeeze it on the side. And on a paper towel, and now we have a clean brush. So let us paint. Let's paint the stem. Okay, so we're gonna use this clean brush. Robin's doing good, awesome. I know, guys, it is super hard to paint and try and type while I'm talking and asking questions. So I get it. Don't feel like you have to. It's fine. Okay, chisel tip. Yeah, just making sure that it shows. A little bit of water on it. Burnt sienna on the tip. Okay, and we're gonna paint the base for the stem, which is gonna be like this little wave going this like this. Okay. And I'm going back. And then we're gonna go kind of curvy-ish. Doesn't have to be up. Okay. And the other side goes up a little bit higher. And we're gonna connect it, and we're gonna paint. Oh, I watered my paint too much, and it shows. Okay, well, I'll have to, I will have to wait for it to dry to add more stuff to it, which is fine. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna use this thing on it. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of copper. We're gonna need more copper, but it's just for this stem. Just copper on the same brush. And we're just gonna paint the inside of the stem, this mix that I have on my brush now. It's burnt sienna and a little bit of copper. I kind of think I messed up a little bit. That's okay. There, I'm adding a little bit more copper to the top of this to just kind of add a highlight, just another highlight. We're going to build up a little bit more highlights. So this is just the beginning. Okay. All right. I'm going to push this up. Our next step is going to be the branch. So if you're painting and you're using the tracer, make sure that your pumpkin is dry if you haven't traced it yet. Okay. But if you are painting with me and you're not using the tracer, I plan to show you how to paint branches and, like, not worry about it. Okay. I'm rinsing my brush. If you're not rinsing your brush, you should be doing that. Right? All right. So here's what I do. I grab a round brush, can be a little bit larger, doesn't matter. We're going to just use it for the outline of our branch. And I grab it at the other end like this. So I need a very loose control, very, very loose control on this, okay? If I have it over here next to the brush itself, I have a lot of control on the brush. If I have it over here, the control is very loose. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag it to the side, okay? And as I'm dragging it through the canvas, I'm gonna turn it like this with my finger. So I'm dragging and turning at the same time. And you need to also make sure that your arm is not resting on anything. So loose, 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 all loose, okay? So what this will create is it will create like this random line, which we all try to create for our branches, right? But then we try to put too much pressure on the stuff and ourselves. So let's get some more. I'm going to get some more of this burnt sienna because I'm almost out. Yeah, that should be enough. That was my sigh for deciding if that's enough paint. Okay. I'm gonna water it down just a little bit. I'm using Arteza paints today. So if your paints are not this thick, you might not need to like watering it down that much. But for this, I like it watered a little bit so that the paint would move and not just create a blob. Okay, this makes sense. All right, so here we go. At the wrong side, start where you want your branch to start, and remember that your branch can go even up on top of the pumpkin or your leaves, or this is the bottom of your painting. This is where it goes. Okay, loose arm, find the spot and start dragging. See what happened? Yeah. Now I'm gonna do the same way to just make this branch wide. Here's my branch. And now I want to add a couple more branches that go out of it. Maybe out of, oh, I keep moving closer because I want to be in control, right? But that's not what we really want. So maybe like from here, this one will go down. Yep. And I don't know, maybe another one over here. What do you think? Don't be afraid of it. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. I'm gonna rinse off this round brush. We're gonna need it for some other activities, and I'm gonna go back to my flat brush, and I'm gonna grab some of this burnt sienna and just fill in the brown on the branch that has already been drawn. Pretty cool, huh? And this way you don't need to try and overthink, like, oh, do I go up or do I go down? Like, what am I doing here, right? Kind of the random, because sticks are random. Just random sticks. I want this out of going this way and then going that way. There. Stuff like that. Okay. I'm just picking up the blobs of paint that my round brush left behind because it will make it dry so much. Like the blobs take a while, right? Okay, all right. Wipe this brush on your paper towel. Keep the whatever's left on it, and we're gonna grab a little bit of black. That's not a little bit, but oh well. Grab a little bit of water just on the tip. Grab some black. Again, look, just on the tip, okay? Just a little on one side. I don't have anything on the other. You don't want too much black. And we're gonna add this black to the bottom of this branch. Try to avoid making a straight line, okay? So you're adding a shade, shadow, whatever at the bottom, okay? So do not put a straight line on there, just some. There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit of black over here and also on the bottom of this branch coming out. I think that's all we need here. You know what? I think I need more black over here. My brush is super wet, so I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna put it on the paper towel and then just grab some black. There, now I like it. Okay. Wipe this brush on the paper towel. So I'm trying to take all the black out, but I do not want a wet brush. So same brush. Now we're gonna grab some of that bronze that I'm running out of. What did I do with it here? No, that's gold. No, that is copper. I'm using copper. If you're using bronze, maybe you could. It's very close, right? It's all the same. All the same. No, don't. No. Don't quote me on that I said that that's all the same. It's not. All right. A little bit of copper or bronze that you have. Okay. And that goes right on top of that black. And what it does, it gives us the play of light and shadow, right? And that branch now has dimension to it. It's not just flat piece of board. See it? While I have this copper on my brush, I'm gonna go back to this pumpkin stem, and add a little bit more to it, a little bit more of this copper. I want it shiny. There. Something like that. Okay, yeah. Let me see, so I don't miss anything. All right, so our next step is adding leaves. We can start with the leaves on the top or here. I'm gonna do the leaves on the top first and allow my branches to dry. So I'm gonna drag this down a little bit. Let me see, we have 3 there. Well, we can do whatever we want, right? So this is where all our yellows, reds, and oranges come in. You can make your leaves bigger, you can make them smaller, whatever rocks your boat, okay? Whatever makes you happy. So I have some deep yellow. Like this whole painting is very warm, very warm colors. That's not what I want. I have orange yellow, which is orange. And I did bring some brilliant red. I don't know what I'm gonna end up using, but we'll use something, right? If your paints are starting to dry, you can use your spray bottle and just put some mist on your paints. This way they will last longer. I have this vermilion red. It's like a colder red. Seems to me like more orangish. Just kind of a thing. And I think I have enough burnt sienna, and I have some copper, and I have some black. Perfect. Okay, doke. Let's paint some leaves. Yeah. Any colors you like, any shapes you like, do whatever works for you. Okay. So here comes my allergies. Perfect timing as always. Okay. Flat brush, chisel tip. And I think I'm gonna start with yellow. And I'm just gonna, again, if you're using a tracer, you already have it traced, right? If you're not using a tracer, let's just play with that. So I'm gonna do yellow right here. That's gonna be the center line, a center line for one of my leaves. And I'm gonna pretend that the leaf is off the canvas, somewhere here, okay? So I'm just gonna give it a shape that goes out there. A little bit more water on the brush, right? And then something like that. And I'm just gonna fill this up. So here we go. I got some yellow on it. Super warm yellow. Love it. Beautiful color. And I'm just gonna use the same messy brush and grab some of my red on the same brush and add it to the same leaf. And wipe it off on the paper towel. And then I'm gonna blend and see what happens. I want to have a little bit of a gradient. This is what I'm trying to do here. A little bit of a gradient on the leaf. Yep, like that. Again, if you want your leaves purple with yellow polka dots, do you? Yeah? That's the fun part. Okay. It's hard to stop with the gradient, you know? With things like that. It's like, okay, what if I do? Can I add some more? Should I stop? Should I stop blending? How does it look? Looks good. Doesn't even show on the camera that I did the gradient. Let's move it closer. See? Can you see it? There's like orangish reddish game going on. Yeah, I think now it shows better. Okay. All right. Let's do another leaf. Okay. So my second leaf is gonna go on top of this one. Let's grab a little bit more of, I think that's vermilion. Vermilion, it's more orangish. And I'm gonna do a center line going up down here. Maybe even longer. Grab some more water so that my paint moves. Don't forget. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, normally I would take we would have a break around this time, about midway. But I also noticed that it's not, like most of the times, it's not necessary. So let me know, do you need a break or not? So I'm starting with a curved line on the top, and I'm just gonna add a curvy, like oak-like something. Probably a little bit wider than that. Let's move it over there. There. And this one is gonna be red, but I'm gonna grab a little bit of this burnt sienna and add it to it to just kind of mute it down a little bit. There, just paint your leaves. So reds and yellows are always super, what's the word? I want to say capricious even, because of their pigment. They need a few coats, so it may be challenging trying to do this in one sweep. Oh, no, no way, Gabriella. Yeah, you cannot rewind the live video. Unfortunately, no. This is just, yeah, this is just something that's, sadly, no. Okay. I'm going to add one more leaf over here. I feel like it's needed for balance. I may be wrong, but I want it. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab some yellow. I want the yellow leaf. That's why. And of course I can add some on the bottom, but you know. Okay, so here somewhere, just a yellow leaf, nothing crazy. I'm gonna let those leaves dry and then come back and do something else with them, because I can feel my paint starting to pool because it's wet. Okay, so just the shape, nothing else. Christina, slow down. We need a catch-up break. Okay. All right. No problem. No problem. I do paint fast. You know, if you're painting a bigger size or like, you know, all of that, replays are available. So when we're done painting, we'll have a replay. All right, everybody. We are going to have a break, 5 minutes. It will allow the painting dry a little bit more, and everybody who needs to catch up, they can catch up. No big deal. Okay, and I will be back. We'll be back in 5. Okay, let me see. I have a banner somewhere that says 5 minutes break. Here we are. 5 minutes break. Okay, I'll see you in a few. Oh, hi, Kimberly. Oh, yeah, I love white pumpkins. They are so much fun. All right, how's everybody doing? Are we back? We should be back. Okay. So let those leaves dry. Let's put a few leaves on the bottom. Okay, now look, this branch has nothing to do with the leaves that we're gonna put on. It's kind of one of those things. The leaves are decorative, just kind of falling around here. Okay, so let's do one heading out this way over here. So I'm gonna just grab some, oh, okay, spraying my paints with water because they are drying up so fast. Okay, grabbing some yellow. And putting a leaf over here. That's gonna be an oak leaf, and I just wanna do the outline that way. And something like that. Now see, trying to paint yellow over the branch is not working. Yeah? So we need to mix a little bit of white into our yellow. White kind of helps bring out yellow, and it also helps with the transparency. So we're just gonna paint this leaf very pale yellow with that white. Okay, just like that. You might want to make sure that your strokes are moving from the outside of the leaf to the center. Kind of, it will help you shape the leaf. There. And then we're gonna let this dry. Okay. Same story with the red. If you want to put a red leaf on here, you're gonna need to grab some white and mix it into your red. Not too much, white, but you need to block this stuff going on here. Okay, so I have another leaf happening right here, and I'm just gonna do just a regular shape, nothing crazy. And see how the white makes it look pink. Not enough white, not blocking. Another way to block the color, if you need to paint something lighter on top of something darker, would be to paint it gray. Paint the whole background for this new shape gray. And then you can paint your color of choice on top of it. and it'll work. Okay. I think I'm gonna add another leaf here. And yeah, we're gonna let's do some orange action here. I don't know. I'm starting to mix things. So orange is a mix of yellow and red, right? So again, we're gonna need to block. Gonna need to do some blocking. Blocking. And I think this leaf is gonna go this way. And it's gonna be the oak. There. I'm just filling it in with white. Not worried about what's gonna happen just yet. Just giving it shape, giving it space to be. See, sometimes it really does make sense to turn things gray first, because it's super hard to cover that. But there's more color coming, so I'm not gonna worry about this. Okay. All right. These guys are drying. I'm just gonna flip it upside down. Hi, Claire. Welcome. So I'm going upside down and I'm adding more color to my leaves now. They're dry. So now I can play with them. I'm washing out the white from this paintbrush. Dab. All right. Okay, let's add a little bit more bright colors. Now I have enough of that. I want more of that deep yellow. There. Okay. So here's what's happening. I'm going to put more yellow on here. On this one, the orange leaf, that's kind of having the gradient. And I'm pulling from the outside in, like this. Just adding a little bit more color to my leaves. Okay, this leaf here, I'm just gonna grab some more red and a little bit of this, of Sienna. No, what did they call it? What was that? Burnt umber. Sorry, burnt umber. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Just kind of make sure that everything gets worked in. A little bit more red, a little bit more raw umber. Working this in from the outside to the center. So imagine where your veins would be, like the leaf. I call them veins. Maybe that's not the right word. Okay. I hope I'm making sense. Okay. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna grab a little bit. Yeah, I need to get more of this burnt umber. It's drying. I have a ceiling fan on, and probably that's why my paint dries so fast. And I'm not diluting it a lot at all, so that could also be That's too much. I just want a little. Okay. Okay, so this yellow leaf, I'm pretty happy with it, but it doesn't have like nothing to it really. It's kind of boring, so I'm just gonna mess it up a little, make it a little bit more of a, fall leaf, not just a blob of color. So I'm just putting a little bit of burnt sienna and some of that deep yellow to just kind of give it some color, right? Because leaves are colorful things. Oh my gosh, I love, 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 love some fall leaves. Okay, these puppies can dry. Turn it back. All right, so let's add some color. So I'm gonna just use some of this deep yellow on one side of my brush, and I'm gonna grab some red on the other side of my brush, just like that. And I'm gonna use that on all of three of them because they all have different background. It's all gonna look different, just for fun. A little bit more water on my brush, make it work. Okay. Again, pulling from the outside into the center of my leaf. Just making sure that I don't have any brush strokes, brush marks seen, like not too much noticeable. There we go. Okay. Now this leaf is supposed to be bright red, so I'm just gonna grab some of this red. Oh, I made a mess. Okay. Yeah. All right, just spray it right there. There we go. Red on the brush. There. And we have this as a nice red leaf. Okay. And then this one, I'm gonna rinse out my brush and I'm gonna see if I can add more yellow to this. So I'm just gonna grab some of this bright yellow and just put it right here. Uh-oh, I got some black. How did that happen? Well, I guess I will have a fancy leaf with some specks on it. Okay. A bit more. There. Okay, a little bit more yellow. I want to add some more yellow to this here. Okay. And wipe it down, wipe off the brush, grabbing some more of this red just to finish up the sleeve over here. There we go. All right. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab some black or brown, depending on your, you know what, let's do brown first. Sorry about that. So we're still working with this burnt umber. We're gonna use the round brush. So I'm going to outline the leaves, and on this painting, like here, I'm gonna do this with umber, with burnt umber, but in that other painting that I showed you at the very beginning, I outlined my leaves with copper, I think, and it also looked pretty cool. So it's up to you what you want to do, okay? So first of all, let's do the center line with your round brush. So you just want, now you want to have control, yeah? We don't want a wonky line like we did for the branches. So we hold it next to the brush and apply more pressure at the base of the leaf and less pressure to the top of the leaf. So more pressure, lift, okay? So you start with pressure, push, push, and then you lift. And again, push, 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 lift. Again, I don't like that. Here. And then here. And here. And of course here. Okay. Then we're going and back, and we're gonna go and go sideways. Super light brush. Don't push it hard at all. Just use the tip and let it go. Okay, like that. Yeah, a little bit too much, but that's okay. And then here we're gonna do the leaves. The leaves in the bottom of the painting. Okay. And now we're gonna go back And we're gonna outline those leaves. Use your super light motion. Maybe even hold your brush at the other end. Yeah, just the same way we did this for the branches, because you want just squiggly lines. You do not want anything super straight, not straight like thick lines. We don't want thick lines here. We want something super light. Just help us outline the leaves. Okay. All right, I hope my camera is still on. Okay, let's see. Am I back? All right. Yes, I should be back. Very good. All right. Now this. And this. So as you see, I'm not trying to outline the leaf like in one motion, yeah? Just kind of do a little bit and lift your brush and then come back and do a little bit more and then lift your brush and come back. There. Okay, I'm rinsing my round brush. We're gonna use it to finish the stem, and then we'll do the vines, and then we can do the lettering. So I'm gonna grab some black paint right here. Oh, you know what? I remember. This is not the black paint that I want to use. Okay, so if you have thick black paint, you will want to thin it out. But I just remembered that I have this. I use Deco Art paints and I use Arteza the most. Where is my Deco Art black? Deco Art Americano black. I like this the most for outlining. It's great consistency and good color. Unless I'm using golden fluid, those are like the best. Okay. So let's get some black. And we're gonna outline the stem on the bottom. Again, don't try and make it like a straight line or a flat line. There. Just outline. Okay, and then starting from the side, I'm on the left side, and I'm gonna add these little kind of, it's a shadow. Okay, and if yours hopped like mine out, I'm just gonna go grab a baby wipe and hopefully and pull it into the painting there, and then I can come back and fix that there. Okay, and then come back and fix. No big deal. All right. So here, and then we're gonna go outline there. Okay, if you hear my cat crying, and he has been fed. He just likes to do that. Okay, looks like my camera is getting wonky. Getting pixelated, aren't we? All right. Well, we don't have much left, so that's okay. See, I added a little bit of a curve to my stem. Okay. I'm trying to see if there is anything else I need to remember. I think we're good. Okay, why are we all pixelated? What is going on? Are you guys, yeah, you've probably seen it all pixelated too. Okay, well, so next step is the lettering. And it's available, the tracer is available in guides, so you can just print it out and put it on. Okay, I like using copy paper, and sometimes I use chalk for this, but yeah, so if you're using the tracer, that's just pretty much you trace it, and then you can do it with like a super small I'm sorry, super small round brush, which I have right here somewhere. Oh yeah, I always use this one. It got so old that I ended up stripping the finish and painting it. Okay, so I think this is like 2 zeros or something like that. It works. Or you can do it freehand. And this is why I was freezing a little bit. I was looking for this. This is my chalk that I use. This is just seamstress chalk. I really like it because it comes in a pen like this. It's thin enough. It's easy. Okay. And I have the ruler. And my pumpkin is dry. That is wonderful. So my favorite color is going to be like here. My color is, yeah, it'll fit. So this is just to help me make my letters the same size. My favorite color is, okay, and then October, I decided to try and do it by hand. So, okay, this is the top. This is gonna be, and then something like that. I know, I'm not really explaining what I'm doing right now. Let me finish it and I'll show, okay? Real quick. This will work. Okay, so these are marks, my lines, with help of my camera didn't pixelate again. Okay, so this is the line for my favorite color is, okay? And this part is for the word October. Letters O and C go here. T goes all the way up and down to this line. O goes in the middle. B will go all the way up. Yeah. And then E, and then R goes down, if I remember. Yes. And then R goes down. So I'm just going to freehand this. and then painted with paint, you know. So let's try and spell October without. So there's my O, there's my C, kind of. Uh, T goes halfway over here, probably. Yeah, halfway, all the way down, like this. O is here. B is kind of one of those funky B's. Not quite. Okay, if I don't like what I did, I just use my baby wipe, take it off, dries super fast. Okay. B, E, R goes over here somewhere. Something like that. Yeah. Maybe there. Well, I'm gonna try and do it. Okay. Who? It's like, who dares? Who's with me? Who's with me? Hand lettering by hand, not by tracer. I know. Okay, so I'm thinning out the paint. I like it at ice cream consistency, melted ice cream consistency for lettering. So that's what we're gonna do. Get some. Cheryl, yes. Yes, Cheryl. Oh. Okay, my favorite color is, no, over here. My favorite color is, okay, so I'm gonna have to, oh, I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Excuse me. Yo, I did well. Pretty much whole thing without a sneeze. Ooh. Okay, here we go. I'm just kind of, I think it's fun doing it by hand. Adds this kind of super, even like that. I'm gonna change things because I can, you know. All right. Okay, so when I do lettering, I can't talk. And I drop my brush directly into my paint. That sounds just like me. Viva. Sometimes it really makes sense to write it in chalk. because I really have done it when I've done the lettering and then I didn't even see it. And then the next day I look at it and I realize that I misspelled the word. So bye, ladies. Okay, where do we get the stencil wording? It's in the guides, guide number 24. Favorite. Color is okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay. Now I'm gonna connect my go to the C, and then my T to the O. Okay. And my B needs to be a little bit wider over here. Just a little. That. Okay. Cross out my T. And go to that again. Let's add more paint to this. Okay. Okay. And it is done. The paint, the first line is already dry. So I'm just gonna take my chalk out carefully and try not to smudge anything. Not quite dry. Smudge a little bit. Okay. Don't rush. Give it time to dry, okay? Don't rush it. Yeah, there was a little wet spot. I didn't see it. Okay. Oh, I'm not fixing it. I'm making it worse. Oy. Okay, I'll just let it dry and I'll fix it later. All right, so, ta-da! Let the rest dry, and yeah, this is our painting for tonight. All right, so that's it. This is the last one for September. I am working on uploading what we're going to be painting in October. So keep an eye out. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, make sure you do, because even though, of course, I do add all the events into the group, but most of the times you have to physically check the group to get the events. What else? If you would like to support what I do, you can do so if you go to buymeacoffee.com/Luba Carlson. No, just slash Luba Carlson. Never mind that. And you can buy me a brush or support me in some other way. There's a couple of options. And I will be seeing you in the group. I cannot wait to see your paintings. So please share your paintings, okay? I would love to see what you ended up with. You are very welcome, Sherry. Okay, if you have any questions, post them in the group, and let's paint and be merry. All right, love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.